Hello students, my name is Sumesh Sharma. I am working in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management, Gurugram, as an assistant professor in computer science department. So, this is our next lecture of web series of web designing. In the last lecture, we had done with first unit. I hope you have understood all topics very well. Now, today we will start unit second of web designing, and we'll discuss about web publishing, web terminology, web hosting, and types of web hosting services in today's session. So first, we are discussing about the topics. So these are the topics which we will cover in this unit, like web publishing, web terminology, web hosting, types of web hosting services, and very important topic, ISP. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider. Website planning, website designing, website and Microsoft front page, various front page views, and steps for adding pictures, links, and background in front page. So let me start. The first topic of today's session is web publishing. So what is web publishing? So it is the development and maintenance of web pages. Okay, so it is the development and maintenance of web pages. So what is a website? Website is a collection of web pages, and here we are discussing about development and maintenance. That's called web publishing. So information, the web is displayed in the form of pages, and that particular pages are developed and maintained by a software programmer, and the development and maintenance of web pages is called web publishing. Earlier, if I'm talking about earlier part, so earlier these pages were written in HTML, you already know, which describes how the information should be displayed regardless of the browser used. So these pages also include hypertext links, okay, allowing users to jump from one related information to another, or one page to another. So these pages are called web pages. So web pages may contain text, graphics, animation, sound, or video, or any animation video. So it's called web pages. Basically, web publishing is the process of publishing original content on the internet. Okay, and the process include building and uploading websites, updating the associated web pages, and posting content to these web pages online. Web publishing comprises of personal, business, and community websites, in addition to ebooks and blogs. And the content meant for web publishing can include text, videos, digital images, graphics, artwork, and other forms of media. Normally, if I am talking about publishers, so publishers must possess a web server, web publishing software, and an internet connection to carry out web publishing. Web publishing is also known as online publishing because by the help of internet it publish the web pages on the internet. Okay, so we have 5 major steps in web publishing. We have 5 major steps in web publishing. The first one is plan a website. So in plan a website involves thinking about issues that could affect the design of the website. You should identify the purpose of the website and the characteristics of the people that you want to visit the website. First of all, we determine ways to differentiate your website with similar ones, because we already know that in every field we have many competitors. So first of all, determine ways to differentiate your website with other similar ones. Okay, decide how to keep the content of the website current and exciting. The second step is analyze and design a website. So in this step, you determine specific ways to meet the goals identified in the previous. Means you design the layout of elements of the web page such as text, graphics, audio, video and virtual reality. So decide if you have the means. A plugin is a program that extends the capability of a browser. Plugin is a program which extends the capability of a browser. And the third major step is create a website. After analyze and design a website, the third step is create a website. So sometimes called web page authoring. Okay. So create a website involves working on the computer to compose the website, to create the website, to implement the website. Okay, so many current word processing packages include web page authoring features that help you to create basic web pages that contain text, graphics, videos and etc. Millions of people use word processing software every day to develop documents including web pages. Okay, so web page authoring software is a software especially designed to help you to create web pages. Basically, popular web page authoring software packages include Microsoft Front Page. It is helps to create a web page. Okay, and another famous software is Marco Media Flash. HTML is a set of special codes that format a file for use as a web page. Okay, so tags specify how the text and other elements display in a browser and where the link lid. The fourth step is deploy a website. After the web pages are created, you store them on a web server. So in this step, the web pages you created are private, and after store them on a web server, it is publicly available. So once you have created a website and located at a web server to store it, you need to upload. So web hosting services provide storage for your web pages for a reasonable monthly fees. So the Summation Services is a web-based business that offers a registration package in which you pay to register with hundreds of search engines. And the last steps in web publishing is maintain a website. After completion of a website, it should maintain a website. So a webmaster is the individual responsible for maintaining a website and developing web pages. So these are the major steps in web publishing which is used. Okay, the first one is plan a website, then second analyze and design a website, then create a website, then deploy means upload the data from your system to the web server and maintain a website. So these are the major steps in web publishing. Now we are discussing about web terminology. So web terminology is a study of web terms and their uses. So there are many web terminologies we used. So let me discuss about it. So first one is World Wide Web, means WWW. What is World Wide Web? Basically web pages worldwide that are accessed throughout the internet. It's called World Wide Web by the help of WWW. The next one is what is web page? So a web page is an HTML document that is stored on a web server. That's why it's called a web page. And it has an URL. By the help of URL, it is accessed. So if the web page is has an URL, so that it can be accessed via the web or the internet. The next one is website. So what is website? It's a collection of web pages. Okay, it is a collection of HTML document that is stored on a web server. So it is a collection of web pages belonging to a particular person or organization. It's called a web pages. Next one is home page. What is home page? It refers to the introductory page of a website. It means in this page the introduction of a website is available. So it refers to the introductory page of a website, which usually serves as a table of content for the website. It is the initial web page of the website. That's called as a home page. The next one is hypertext. What is hypertext? It is a system of writing and displaying text that enables the text to be linked in multiple ways or to contain links to related documents. The next one is web server. So what is a web server? It is a computer with an internet connection that runs software designed to send out HTML pages and other files. It is responsible for responding to the web browser request for web pages. Basically, if we want to access any information from the web server, so there is two need. First one, we want a internet connection computer, and second one is have an browser. When we open the browser in a computer, so basically you will put the URL means the address of our web page which is stored on web server. So by the help of web browser, we request to web server to display the content. After requesting, web server process the request and send the response. In a first unit, we already discussed about HTTP transaction, request and response transaction. That is similar. Okay, but HTTP server, HTTP request and response transaction is work on web server. Okay, so next one is hyperlink. The link between web pages is known as hyperlink. It is the link that leads from one document to another. It jumps from one document to another. It jumps from one information to another. The next one is web host. What is web host? So this is the term given to the provider of the server that stores your website on it and enables its presence on the World Wide Web. Okay. The next one is URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. It is an address on the World Wide Web. It is a specification for identifying an object as a file, news groups by indicating the exact location on the internet. Basically, URL categorized into two categories. We already discussed in first unit, absolute URL and relative URL. The complete address of a location is called the absolute address, and the partial address of the location is relative address. Now the last one is web browser. So what is web browser? A program used for browsing the resources available on the World Wide Web is called a web browser. In simple words, this is a software used to display the web pages. So these are the 8 to 10 basic web terminologies used in web design. Okay. In next slide, we are talking about a web hosting. What is web hosting? So basically, a web hosting service is a type of internet hosting service that allows individuals and organizations to make their website accessible via the World Wide Web, via the internet. So basically, web hosting service provides individual, institutions and users with online system for storing information, images, videos, audios or any other content accessible via internet. So web hosts are companies that provide space on a server, owned or leased. It depends on us. We purchase the server or we take a server rented. So that provide space on server, owned or leased for use by clients, as well as providing internet connectivity, typically in a data center. So web host can also provide data center space and connectivity to the internet for other servers located in their data center, called co-location, and also known as housing in Latin America or France. So basically, web hosting is a service that allows organization and individual to post a website or web page onto the internet. Web hosting service provider is a business that provides the technologies and services needed for the website or web pages to be viewed in the internet. So basically, websites are hosted or stored on special computers called a server. All the website pages are hosted or stored on a server. After that, you will be able to access by the help of internet from any computer, from any location. Okay, when internet users want to view your website, all they need to do is type your website address or domain into their browser. Like if I'm talking about a Facebook, so the user to open or view the Facebook website, so simply type the address of Facebook, means www.facebook.com, into their browser. Then it open the Facebook website. So their computer will then connect to your server, and your web pages will be delivered to them through the browser. Most hosting companies require that you own your domain in order to host with them. If you do not have a domain, the hosting companies will help you to purchase one. So this is a brief description about web hosting. Now we have a major requirement for hosting a website. Basically, it is 5 requirements for hosting a website. The first one is domain name. If we don't have any domain name, so we are not able to host our website. So first requirement is domain. So it is the address name one will have on the internet, such as www.mydomain.com. So it should be short, easy to spell, and easy to remember. So it should also reflect you who you are and what your website is about. The second one is web hosting provider. So hosting is the physical location you rent on the internet so that your website is accessible over the internet. Make sure that storage space and a reasonable bandwidth for your website files is available. The third requirement is website developer. So it is the person who builds your website at your hosting provider so that it is made available over the internet. The web development is the entire process from website design through implementation. The fourth requirement is website's file. All the files that you want to make available to the visitors of your website are to be uploaded to the server. If it is uploaded on the server, then the clients or users will accessible, otherwise not accessible by the help of internet also. So place all your website files in one folder on your computer for uploading so that they are easy to find and quickly accessible. The last one is FTP software. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. So File Transfer Protocol is the software used to transfer files from your computer to the server on your web hosting services. So these are the basic requirement for hosting a website. Okay. Now we are talking about types of web hosting services. There are various types of web hosting services are available. So it depends on the user which type of services he wants to purchase. So first one is free hosting service. It is a web hosting service that is free of cost. There is no amount to pay, a single rupee on also. So free hosting service means web hosting service that is free of cost. The second one is paid hosting service. So it is a web hosting service that is chargeable, not free, it is chargeable. The third one is shared hosting service. So what is it? We are discuss about it. So shared hosting services, it is the web hosting service where your website is placed on the same server as many other sites. Basically, one's website is placed on the same server as many other sites, ranging from a website to hundreds of websites. Typically, all domains may share a common pool of server resources such as RAM and the CPU. The features available with this type of service can be quite basic and not flexible in terms of software and updates. Resellers often sell shared web hosting, and web companies often have reseller accounts to provide hosting for clients. Okay. The fourth one is dedicated hosting service. So it is the web hosting service where you get your own web server and have full control over it. So the users get his or her own web server and gains full control over it. In a shared, we don't have the full control. However, the user typically does not own the server. One type of dedicated hosting is self-managed or unmanaged. This is usually the least expensive for dedicated plans. Now, the user has full administrative access to the server, which means the client is responsible for the security and maintenance of his own dedicated server. The fifth one is managed hosting service. So it is the web hosting service where the user gets his own server but is not allowed full control over it. But if I'm talking about a dedicated hosting service, we have full control over it. If I'm talking about managed hosting service, we have an own server but not allowed full control over it. The users get his or her own web server but is not allowed full control over it. However, they are allowed to manage their data via FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, or other remote management tools. The user is disallowed full control so that the provider can guarantee quality of service by not allowing the user to modify the server or potentially create configuration problems. So the user typically does not own the server. The server is leased to the client. The last one is co-location hosting service. So what is the meaning of co-location? So location means changing the location. So it is the type of web hosting service where you own the server and hosting company simply provides the physical space for the server and its maintenance. So similar to the dedicated web hosting service, but the user own the colo server. Colo server means its own server. The hosting company provides physical space that the server takes up and take care of the server. So this is the most powerful and expensive type of web hosting service. In most cases, the co-location provider may provide a little to no support directly for their client's machine, providing only the electrical, internet access and storage facilities for the server. In most cases, for colo, the client would have his own administrator visit the data center on site to do any hardware upgrades or changes. So formally, many co-location providers would accept any system configuration for hosting, even once housed in desktop style mini tower cases. But most hosts now require rack mount enclosures and standard system configurations. So these are the various types of web hosting services. Okay. Now I'm going to explain the format of questions based on today's topic so that you will get an idea that which type of questions come in university exam from this topic. So here are the questions, and the first one is explain web publishing and its steps. Okay. The next one is explain web terminology. The next one is explain web hosting and its major requirements, and the last one is explain types of web hosting services. So this is the end of the today's session. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day. Hope you will watch my next video in which I will discuss about ISP. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider, website planning and website designing also. So now today the end of the today's session. So thank you so much. Stay connected with us. Have a nice day.